Welcome to episode 9 of Science, Rock and Life. I'm Bevan and this is...
Baxter, let's roll that intro. All right, welcome back. Wow, that's a lovely background you have in there, Bevan. Auckland City, Sky Tower.
Yes, this is where I am right now. Nighttime in Auckland, yep. The Sky Tower behind me there and yeah, the usual kind of skyline. They change the lights on the tower occasionally.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They used to have some bungee jumping stuff happening from Sky Tower. Do they
Oh
still have that
yeah.
now?
Yeah, it's still there. I don't know with all the lockdown stuff
Okay.
if people are using it at the moment, but yeah, all that
Yeah.
the whole the infrastructure and stuff's
Yeah.
there to do it. Yeah, yeah. So you can I don't know how it was this like 260 meters or something. I don't know. Yeah, so you can just like bungee jump off that
Yes.
part
Yeah.
there, but you've got kind of it's not like a free rope. Otherwise, you could bang around and smash into the side of the building and stuff. So you kind of like there's these two guide wires that go down. So you're still falling, but you like make sure you fall in a straight line.
All right. Okay. Well, that's good. I guess they'll keep people safe as well, and also not to and to not get too scared. And I recall right next to, which was a little bit away from the Sky Tower, there used to be another section where they had a couple of cranes and another bungee cord
That's right.
system.
It was kind of like a reverse bungee. So
Yes.
you had two cranes and then a thing, and then they like winched you down, and you
Yeah.
sat in this like capsule thing, and then they released it and you shot into the air. Yeah, I don't know if that's there anymore. Actually, I hardly ever go into the city anymore.
Oh, really?
Um, but yeah, I think there might be a car park or something now. I'm pretty sure that's gone.
Yeah, I think it used to be a car park and they turned it into that and
They
then
did.
wow.
It's probably a building
Yeah,
site now, like everything else in Auckland. Yeah.
I miss Auckland City. Um, because the University of Auckland, where myself and Bevan have studied, was pretty much in the heart of the city. And anytime you wanted to buy something, you can actually go to downtown, or if you want to go and eat something during lunchtime or whatnot, you can actually go to downtown. And it was just like about, I don't know, 7 minutes walk, 7 or 10
Yeah.
minutes, or even
Yeah,
less.
particularly from the biology building down the hill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Big Albert Park in between. That's
Mm.
it, right? You have to just cross Albert Park and you're in heart of right downtown, main downtown area,
Mm.
Queen Street. So much must have changed there by now, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, shops kind of cycle in and out. The big change that hasn't happened yet is that they're drilling a massive tunnel, like a subway tunnel, underneath Queen Street to connect up to K Road and Mount Eden.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be able to go on a train all the way to the Western Line.
All right. One of the things that I do recall very clearly was that. Sorry, I'm just brought my phone because that's where I can see Bevan. Um, so, do you recall back in the days, like I'm talking 90s and beyond that, when a band's new album used to be coming out, people actually used to go and line outside the record stores and
That's right, yeah, Real Groovy or Marbex or something.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. And just so that they could actually get a copy of the album, which was actually getting released on that particular day. And in 2007, like Guns N' Roses, the version without Slash and Duff, only with Axl Rose, released this album called Chinese Democracy. And for the first time ever in my life, I was like, oh, this album is coming out. It's going to be so big. There's going to be so many people there. I'm going to go there early in the morning and buy the album. And this particular store, JB Hi-Fi, actually opened up really early in the morning. So I was there at like 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning just to get my copy of Chinese Democracy. And when I walked in there, I was like the only person. So, and there were tons of copies there, obviously. So it was a little bit embarrassing, but hey, at least even JB Half, I thought that it's gonna sell out big time.
Yeah, I wonder if people didn't realize that they'd open so early, because I don't
Yeah.
think they normally open that early.
No, they actually opened just for that album. Even they must have predicted that it's gonna get sold out, but it didn't. So yeah, and I remember like picking up my copy of CD, which I still have it, and driving back home. But I was just excited that I've got a new copy of Guns N' Roses.
Did you risk listening to it in your car?
I did. I actually listened to it in the car because at that point I wasn't making YouTube videos and I didn't have to do the unboxing or any of that. No, I listened to it in my car immediately. Yeah.
Just because sometimes, those car radio things can like scratch it if it goes in and out of the thing.
Oh well, it also depends. Like if the car CD player is bit mounted or something. Mine was actually pretty decent, and I had some proper speakers put in the car as well. Some good ones because yeah, music is just such a main thing for me, and I had to have proper speakers. So yeah, no, it was fine for me. And then back in the days prior to iPhone, I actually used to uh, copy, rip my CDs, make a copy, and then use that to play in the car because, as you said, I was worried about scratches and stuff, or people breaking in and stealing CDs. So I would have a backup copy. Yeah, the originals would always be with me at home. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think I gave when I moved to Australia, I gave you all of my copies
Yeah, you did.
of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
CDs. Yeah.
yeah. Never mind any
Hmm.
copyright lawyers who might be listening.
Well, we're just sharing with friends. We're not putting it
That's
online.
right.
And I completely hate uh, online sharing of music. I actually buy my CDs and vinyl records. Big disclosure.
In fact, you buy it several times.
Yeah, if it's Guns N' Roses, I've got a. You remember that? I've got a double copy of every single Guns N' Roses album, and also on vinyl. So yeah, just in case if something happens to one particular CD and it runs out of print, then I would have a backup. So yeah. Um, so what's been happening in Auckland?
We had some kind of announcement today about the lockdown, but I don't really understand it yet. It's going to take a while to process. They've moved away from some level system to a traffic light system, but only if there's 90% vaccination in the country.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, it won't be still be a few more weeks away, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, we'll be opening up a lot sooner. So pretty much from the 1st of November, we don't have to wear masks outside because right now we're 80% double vaccinated, and within 4 weeks' time, we'll be 99% vaccinated. We'll be the most vaccinated city in this whole world, and that's pretty cool. And we don't have, so yeah, from 1st of November, we don't have to wear masks outside, but indoors, yeah.
Do you still have to do that in the lab as well, or is that just if you're in a bar or whatever, or
Well,
like a coffee shop or something like that?
yeah, well, at the moment, we have to wear in our offices and in the lab, wherever we're working. But it's funny because I also play in a band, and it'll be interesting because once we start going to these venues where we have to play live, which will be very soon actually. I don't know what the requirement will be there, but I can predict something. I have a feeling that we will be getting rid of the masks very soon because there's just so many of us are double vaccinated that it's just going to be safe, very safe place in Canberra.
It it'd be really difficult to sing with a mask on, I'm
Oh
guessing.
yeah, for sure. I think maybe let's see how stringent they will be with the rules. They may say like everybody else have to wear a mask except the singer, which is understandable. And the people sitting and watching, they have to wear a mask. I don't know. We just have to wait and see.
Well, there must be something like that because in a restaurant, you have to take your mask off to eat, right? So,
Yeah, I know. So yeah, that is a funny thing.
and I guess the band is like socially distanced from the rest, being up on stage and stuff.
That
Mm.
is also true, but yeah. Well, as I said, like I think masks will be history very, very soon, at least here in Canberra. Elsewhere, things might be different because there's just so many of us are vaccinated, and right now, I think it's the safest place in the whole world, Canberra. Even last year, we were the safest city because we did not have a single case after the initial, I think, number of cases, which was just for 4 weeks only, I think 4 or 6 weeks. And then for more than a year, we spent a great time just walking around without any masks and nothing, no cases. And this guy, when New South Wales was dealing with Delta virus, some guy who's a bouncer in Canberra at one of the bars, he decided to actually go to Sydney to buy some drugs.
Mm.
And apparently, that's how he actually brought COVID, the Delta strain, to Canberra. So he became patient zero. And immediately he was like, oh, no, 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 I didn't even go away from Canberra. But turns out to be that he did because there's a lot of people who apparently know him. And some of them have actually confirmed that, yeah, he's the kind of a dude who would have done something like that. So, yeah, shame on him
Mm.
for ruining it for us, and for other people. And these people on ventilators. But mind you, a lot of people who are on ventilators are also anti-vaxxers. But I'm not saying like, hey, that they should be there. All I'm saying that people should vaccinate so that they're not in that position. So I'm not blaming the people who are already on ventilators. I'm just saying people should be vaccinated.
Yeah, it's going to get really difficult for unvaccinated people here. So you'll need to have a vaccine, and they'll have like a vaccine passport thing. You can like QR code that'll go on your phone, and if you want to go into restaurant or
Yeah.
hairdressers, anything like that, you have to do that. And they haven't actually got the system running yet, but you'll like show them the code, and then they'll scan it to like verify that's not like a fake one or something like that.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
yeah, it's going to be real, and same for churches as well. They'll do the system. So yeah, it'll be anywhere where there's like big gathering, music,
Yeah.
concerts, all this kind of thing. So yeah, it's going to be real hard for yeah, people who don't want the vaccine to
Mm,
live a normal life.
that's right. Well, the thing is, like, I mean, we've talked about this on our previous episodes, and it's important. Vaccine is important, and I am all for this forced vaccination. I don't care if it hurts
Encouraged.
people's feelings. Well, it's. I've we've talked about this in the last episode. It's this group of people, and they're so set up in their own ways and ideologies that they're not gonna back out from it, and vice versa. That's how it is. So this is how it is. It's a law. We have to obey the law, and if the government thinks no, this is the law which is required to protect everybody, then that's good.
And speaking of vaccines, I see that there's some encouraging results coming through from the COVID booster, at least for the Pfizer vaccine. I think they were just released a couple of days ago, yesterday or something. Um, yeah, looks like yeah that third shot significantly increases, even above
Yeah.
people
Well,
who've had two shots.
yeah, and I've heard now you can actually mix and match vaccines. So if you've had a couple of Pfizer doses, now you can actually get Moderna, or vice versa, and that's pretty cool, I suppose.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because then your body will target like a slightly different part of the virus or something
Mm.
like that. So, obviously it's slightly different anyway. So
Yeah,
yeah, it might
no,
give you like a bit of a broader protection.
that's really good actually. Having a little cocktail. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, Tincture? No. What's it called? Tincture? No, no, no. Tincture? Tincture?
Tourniquet? Oh yeah, I don't know. I know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A
That
mixture, a mixture.
a mixture. Yeah. Um, so yeah, crazy stuff is happening. And back to the vaccine passports. Yeah, I've just recently downloaded one for myself as well,
Mm.
and I was able to also download one for international travels. So if I have to travel to New Zealand or anywhere, I won't really be traveling anywhere. Um, I can actually show that international passport as well, vaccine passport. So that's pretty cool, and it's, I guess, like technology is really good in this sense. Having iPhones or any kind of like an Android device, just a smartphone has made a lot of people's lives so easy, I guess, and you know, it's and
Yeah, there's still some people who, well, I guess if you can't afford a phone, or if some old people
yeah,
haven't, not or don't want to switch over to having a smartphone. So
that's right,
yeah, and the system that they haven't launched yet, but it will have like a paper-based thing, so you can
that's right,
go to the library or whatever and print it out and just carry that around in your
exactly,
pocket instead.
yeah, and you can get it laminated or something,
Mm.
and
Actually, I might do that anyway, because what if your phone's flat or something?
yeah, that's
Just
right.
keep it in the car, just like a laminated version or something. But then how would they? You wouldn't want someone to steal it. Oh man, I have to have a think
That's
about that.
right. Well, you can keep it in your pocket. Do you carry your wallet with you?
True, yeah.
How big is the New Zealand vaccination passport?
I don't know. Like they're still working on it.
All right. Okay. Oh, so well, if we print our record, it's just like an A4. Excuse me, this was a hiccup. It's like an A4 size. But on the phones, we just got like I only know about iPhones. We have this wallet thing, Apple Wallet, it's called.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it just goes directly in it, and just like your boarding passes on the planes and stuff, you can just show your vaccination passport, and that's where you carry your Apple Pay as well, which is similar to, I think, is there a thing called Google Pay?
Yep, yep. You can do that. Yeah,
Yep,
yep.
yeah. Well, speaking of Apple Pay and Google Pays, I got the new Apple Watch last
Mm.
week,
I saw
and
your unboxing video.
oh, thanks. It's actually like a very early Christmas present, and from my family members and Ingrid, who's also my family, so all my family members. And I was really excited because my very first Apple Watch was the Apple Watch Generation Zero, and what happened was that I thought, like, when I'm gonna get the new watch, one, I'd be able to unlock my phone if I'm wearing a face mask. So face mask, with the Face ID, I'd be able to unlock my phone once I'm wearing the new Apple Watch. And secondly, I'd be able to do Apple Pay with this. And everything was going fine up until my watch started to go in auto lock mode. And you can see here, it's in auto lock mode. I left it on like this so I can show it to you guys. And I'm going to unlock it. And I didn't realize this, so I spent some time looking around online and on YouTube trying to work out why is it my watch going on auto lock mode, because it shouldn't be doing that. And it turns out to be it's because of my tattoos. So I've got these tattoos, and because this watch has heart rate sensors and blood oxygen monitoring sensors, it's not able to read all the data. So the watch thinks that the watch is not on the wrist. and it locks itself as a part of a security feature. Now, if I remove the wrist detection, then I cannot use Apple Pay, and then I cannot unlock my phone if I'm wearing a face mask. And face masks, as we know, is a thing these days. I can still press the password to unlock my phone, but it's a lot convenient, when you can unlock your iPhone really quickly, even if you're wearing a face mask. So, and so I looked and looked and looked, and somebody said like you can put this thing at the back of, like when you buy some, the cap of bottles sometimes had this little piece of plastic thingy,
Yeah, yeah.
and they
It's like a
said you can
seal for it. Yeah.
that's right, seal thing, and you can actually put that, and people were giving like all sorts of, providing all sorts of remedies, and it was only day before yesterday sorry, I came up with another idea, and I've already made a video and I've posted this, but I haven't made it public yet, but it'll be available soon. Anyways, too much information. In the lab where I work, we have this thing, Bevan, as you know, parafilm.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah.
what I did was I actually put parafilm at the back of the sensor. And because I got this idea from the bottle sealer that people have been using, and I thought I'm just going to use parafilm and see if that works. And lo and behold, it actually works. The only thing it can do is that obviously now it cannot read the blood oxygen meters, and all the sensors don't work because I'm blocking them. But I can still use Apple Pay, and I can still unlock my iPhone. So yeah, there's this little disadvantage, but I can still use most of the features, and it always stays on. And I've made a video and I've posted this on YouTube for other people. And so in scientific world, it's called parafilm, but I found out that parafilm is something which is used by florists for grafting purposes and for tying different branches of plants together. And it's actually called a budding film. Uh, and you can
So
actually
it's
get
basically
the
it's like a very stretchy film, isn't it? You can hold one end and like stretch it a long way. Yeah.
That's correct. And so a lot of people are able to buy this even by going to, let's say, Bunnings or like a nurseries, or maybe like a florist, wherever like florists get the supplies from. So you don't really have to be working in medical and science field to have access to this. You can actually buy this at your local hardware store or florist. And you
Yeah,
don't
patent
really,
pending.
yeah, and you don't need a lot. You only need like a tiny little screw, tiny little square. So I put four pieces of the parafilm, four layers, and that is like the best layer for this thing to work. And see, it's unlocked. It's working fine, and it's great. So yeah, a little hack. So anyone who's watching this podcast and have this issue and they got tattoos and can't use Apple Watch, here's the fix.
Wow.
Yeah,
So that's a known problem because heaps of people have like sleeve tattoos.
yeah, but I think like up until now, a lot of people weren't really wearing masks. You see,
Right.
so it's just a luxury that I want to have. I want to be able to unlock my phone even if I'm wearing a mask. But mind you, very soon this mask stuff is gonna be not a problem. So I'm just going to rip off all these things and just disable the wrist detection feature, which means my watch will always be on, and it may drain more battery, but I just have to experiment. But yeah, I nearly returned this watch, but now I'm happy I didn't.
No, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good scientist mind there. Solving the problem.
Well, it was really pissing me off. And I had to fix it one way or the other. This is one of the things that I've actually learned after doing my PhD was that if anytime like a problem comes up, now I've got this mentality of just trying to extrapolate so much information from all around me, and trying to work out how can I fix this issue. And it doesn't have to be science related issue. It could be like any kind of other issue as well. And yeah, and it's just part of the training.
Mm.
So what have you been up to? You've got some cool things that you've been making in your garage.
Yeah, well, I was just looking around at my desk, what do I have that could be interesting. And so this is just one of the little sort of little pocket knife type things that I use for my desk. Just cutting little pieces of paper or something like that. This is kind of a interesting handle, so it's got these strips here are leather,
Mm.
and this is a piece of antler, a piece of kind of like a lapis or some sort of like blue stone in there. But yeah,
Ah.
otherwise it's just like just a small, like really convenient knife. Just you have on your desk and you pick it up when you need to chop something. Um, but I few actually it was probably yeah, it was just before lockdown because I think it was either the day before or after. I heard about this new virus coming out in China, and I was traveling around New Zealand and I visited a blacksmith,
Hmm.
and I made this, which is yeah, quite a bit of a bigger knife.
Wow.
And yeah, so this is made out of a Toyota Land Cruiser spring, like the springs that they have for
Yeah, yeah,
suspension.
yeah.
So
Wow.
just a sheet of that you just kind of like smash with a hammer to kind of like beat it into
Clever.
shape and stuff like that. But yeah, I
Clever.
designed it for field use. So when I'm doing
Mm.
field work, I need to like sometimes like chop through bushes and stuff like that, or there's some kind of fungi that are on. So I work with fungi bacteria. There's some
Mm.
kind of fungi on wood that are really really hard, and you have to kind of like chop them off. And also the blade's really wide, so I can dig underneath things, like dig out roots and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, it was just good fun to learn a new skill. Some yeah, blacksmithing, I suppose.
Yeah. Can you do this in your garage now? Can you have a
Uh,
setup there?
Not really, because you need the key thing that you need is the forge. So kind of like
Mm.
a an oven or whatever, but it has to get
Yeah,
really
yeah.
really hot. Like you have to heat metal to red hot to be able to
Yes,
hit it with a hammer and stuff like that.
that's right.
Yeah, but
And
there's
and
often
did you
like
like the
community
stuff?
things you
So
can go to.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah, it was good fun. We finished a bit early, so I helped the main blacksmith guy make another axe.
Hmm.
It's
Wow.
kind of interesting. So they had when the Europeans first came to New Zealand, they like traded with the Maori, and so Maori made these things called trade axes,
Hmm.
which is like a small little hatchet, kind of like axe thing. But because steel then was quite rare and
Hmm.
expensive as opposed to iron, which was cheap, and so steel is just like iron that's been treated and it's got high carbon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They had this they had this small blade of steel, then they wrapped a big iron thing around it like that, and so just the like tiny little tip of the blade would be steel, and all the rest would be the cheaper iron. Yeah, so we
Nice.
made one of those as well.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that
Well,
was good fun.
nice. Well, maybe next time we can make one which can go like a switchblade style. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I've been kind of like thinking about getting some sort of a little knife as well, just for unboxing and stuff, just like a tiny one. Like I watch like other YouTubers use these really nice, fancy looking knives just to do the unboxing, and yeah, and they look quite nice rather than using a blade cutter.
Well, you can get stuff off AliExpress, my favorite store, quite cheaply, although the shipping time at the moment's like months long. But actually, funnily
Uh,
enough, Pakistan is like a place where like heaps of like knife makers are, and they
oh,
make
really? Huh.
yeah, all they make like the Damascus steel blanks, then they send to other countries or wherever to
Okay.
form
Huh.
into other knives and stuff. Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Cool. Do we have anything else to talk about?
I don't think so, unless you want me to pick up random things from my desk, but maybe we can save that for another
Well,
day.
you can show us if you want. We've reached the 30-minute mark, but we can. Last week's episode was 2 minutes longer than our actually a few minutes longer than our usual episode. So yeah, if you want to show me something more, go for it.
Oh no, I think that's good for today.
All right, keep it short and sweet. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this podcast. And if you're new to our channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also hit that bell button so you'll be notified every time we post a new video, which is every Monday morning. And apologies, last week it got a bit delayed. But anyways, see you guys next time. Take care.